Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to be making some bread. So I'm just showing you the recipe that you can follow and I'm going to get started here. So basically I made a hole that I kind of just put all my ingredients into. So I've got my yeast in here, just going to throw that in the middle. Make sure all that's in there. I've got some salt, throw that around the edges, beautiful. Okay, just a little bit of olive oil. Just to add a little bit of a silky smooth kind of finish to your bread. All right, so this gets messy. So I basically measured out a full, as you can see here, full juice container of warm water. So it has to be warm to the touch, perfectly warm. All right, you don't want it to be cold because then your bread won't do anything for you. All right, so I'm just gonna start adding some of my water into the middle. All right. Fill up the little cup size. And then what I like to do and what I've always done as a kid is just to kind of try to bury it first. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of stick your hands into later. So cover that up and then gradually just, it's gonna break. So then gradually just kind of knead it into getting all that water incorporated. Now you're gonna need more water because that's obviously not enough to start it. So just kind of eyeball it. It's kind of hard to put a measurement when you're doing homemade bread just because you never really know what each recipe is going to need. So just start kneading it and you'll start to see that it's not exactly coming together, right? It's forming a ball, but you still got a ton of flour in there. So add some more water and just kind of squish. You don't want to squish too hard because the water will come flying out of your bowl and it probably land in your face and that will suck because then you'll have to clean your glasses if you have glasses. If you don't, you're very lucky. All right, so starting to come together a little bit better here. I still want to add just a little bit more because it's a little bit sticky on my hands, but it's not sticky in my bowl. So try to keep one hand clean as I just failed to do. So just this time, drop. So you're not gonna start pouring in like crazy like I did before because it's so fat, like so easy to add too much water and then you're in big trouble. So every once in a while take the excess dough because if you try to add it once it's already all incorporated into a nice ball, it's just going to be wasted flour. So again, failed cleaning, my hands are dirty, but that is okay. So you can also use the back of a butter knife if it helps you take all the excess off your hands, but that's okay for now. Now I've got to clean the other hand. All right, so we'll get back into here and start kneading it. This one actually looks pretty good. All right, so basically what you want to do is you want to start kneading it until it gets all together. So once it starts like this, you can take it out of your bowl, which I really like to do because it kind of gives you a chance to really knead it and make sure, because then you can use both hands. So what you want to do is you kind of want to pull and push at the same time, right? So you're going to hold it and you're going to push away from you, turn it, hold it, push it away, just so that all of your ingredients are getting properly put in together, right? So you want to keep your bowl, which in my case is a red one. You want to keep it because you're going to need to put it in back, you're going to need to put your dough back in so that it can rise. So this is actually looking really good. Just one last little plug in with all my last breads. And it's okay if it's a little bit sticky. You don't want it to be too dry because then it's a lot harder to control after, and plus it's a little fun to have a little bit of sticky dough in your hands. So this is looking awesome. Just gonna keep mixing it until it just feels right. You want it to be a little bit sticky, but you also want to be able to put your finger in it, which I'll show you in a second, and have it bounce back. So you're working on your glutens here, making sure that everything is properly getting kneaded into everything and the elastic in the dough is forming. This looks delicious. All right. So what you want to do is you want to put your finger in it, and as you can start to see, once I poke my finger in it, it starts coming back up. That's what you want. So you can keep going for a little while just to make sure that everything is properly done. All right, so this is looking just about done. It's not, you're gonna notice that it's not gonna be as sticky, so nothing is gonna be sticking in your hands but the tiny little bits of dough. So this is really, really good. Nice and soft. You don't want tough dough. Tough dough means it's not really gonna rise very well. You're gonna end up with very dense bread instead of very fluffy and soft white bread. So again, you can see that it's starting to just pull itself back up. That's when you know it's ready. So what you're gonna do is, I like to kind of knead it and then turn it onto itself just to make like a nice little ball. All right, beautiful. There's my dough ball, stunningly gorgeous. Pop that back in there. What you're gonna do is you can put some saran wrap on top, and then you can put a few tea towels and some blankets. You're gonna leave it for about 45 minutes to an hour so that it can properly double. Then we're gonna punch it down, which I'm not gonna come back and show you, but you're gonna punch it down and then you're gonna cover it back with everything again for another half hour. And then if it doesn't look like it's doubled in size, cover it back up for another 15 minutes, so that'll be 45 minutes. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how we're gonna form our dough. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.